The WWE Universe has been buzzing with excitement over a fresh fan theory surrounding Roman Reigns' anticipated return, sparking heated discussions about what's next for the Tribal Chief, the Bloodline, Naomi, and other key players in the company. This new theory has shifted the narrative around Reigns' comeback, offering a compelling twist on how he might re-enter the fray and challenge the dominant forces currently shaping the WWE landscape. Alongside this, recent social media activity from Naomi has added layers of intrigue, blending personal storylines with in-ring rivalries. Let's dive into the details of these developments, exploring the fan theories, the dynamics of the Bloodline, and Naomi's latest antics, while weaving together the threads of speculation and storytelling that keep fans glued to their screens. The previous fan theory centered on Roman Reigns making a dramatic return at Money in the Bank to thwart Seth Rollins' pursuit of the Money in the Bank contract. For weeks, Michael Cole's commentary had been building up the idea that no one could stop Rollins from claiming the briefcase, leading many fans to believe this was a deliberate hint at Reigns' comeback. The anticipation was palpable, with viewers expecting the Tribal Chief to emerge at a pivotal moment, costing Rollins the match and reasserting his dominance. However, those expectations were subverted. Cole's words proved prophetic. Nobody could stop Seth Rollins, and he walked away with his second Money in the Bank contract, solidifying his position as a top contender in the WWE. This outcome, while a triumph for Rollins, sparked criticism among some fans who argued that the briefcase wasn't necessary for his character. With Paul Heyman as his advocate, Rollins already possesses the charisma and narrative weight to secure world title opportunities without the contract. Heyman's strategic brilliance and silver-tongued promos make it easy for Rollins to slide into the championship picture whenever needed. Fans pointed out that the Money in the Bank contract could have elevated a rising star or someone who needed the boost to break into the main event scene. Instead, it went to a performer who, while undeniably talented, didn't require the additional leverage. This sentiment has fueled debates about WWE's booking decisions and whether they missed an opportunity to spotlight new talent. Despite Rollins' victory, the idea of Roman Reigns being the one to derail his momentum remains a compelling prospect. Reigns, with his storied history and commanding presence, seems like the perfect foil to Rollins' current reign of dominance. However, a significant obstacle stands in the way, giving rise to the new fan theory that's taken the WWE community by storm. Rollins is no longer a lone operator. He's surrounded by a formidable crew, including Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and the ever-calculating Paul Heyman. This alliance makes Rollins nearly untouchable, a fortress of talent and strategy that even someone as formidable as Reigns would struggle to overcome alone. Heyman's foresight and the brute strength of Breaker and Reed create a dynamic where Rollins' group feels like an unstoppable machine. The new theory suggests that Reigns has been biding his time off-screen, not sidelined by injury but strategically assembling his own team to counter Rollins' faction. Unlike previous absences where Reigns was written off with a brutal attack, his last appearance saw him caught off guard by Rollins and Heyman's acquisition of Breaker. This moment of vulnerability may have prompted Reigns to rethink his approach, realizing that returning solo would be insufficient against such a stacked opposition. The theory posits that Reigns has been quietly recruiting allies, building a powerhouse group to match Rollins' numbers and increase his chances of taking down the new Mr. Money in the Bank. So, who could Roman Reigns turn to for backup? The answer lies in the roots of his legacy, the Bloodline. Fans have noted that Rollins' faction, with Breaker and Reed, bears striking similarities to the original Bloodline, a comparison not lost on the WWE roster. On television, superstars like Solo Sikoa have openly mocked Rollins for trying to recreate the Bloodline's magic, with Sikoa sarcastically questioning whether Breaker is meant to be the fake Jey Uso or Reed the fake Sami Zayn. These jabs could be more than just taunts. They might be foreshadowing a monumental clash between Rollins' imitation Bloodline and the original. The theory suggests that Reigns could reunite with key members from his Survivor Series 2024 team, including Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Sami Zayn, and even CM Punk, to form a coalition capable of matching Rollins' group in both strength and star power. This idea of a Bloodline reunion is particularly tantalizing because it taps into the deep emotional and narrative threads that have defined Reigns' storyline for years. The Usos, as his cousins, share a familial bond that adds authenticity to their alliance, while Zayn's history with the Bloodline offers a layer of redemption and loyalty. CM Punk's inclusion would be a wild card, given his own complex history with Reigns, but his star power and ability to draw heat would make him a valuable asset. Together, this group could stand toe-to-toe with Rollins' faction, setting the stage for an epic faction war that could headline a major event like SummerSlam. Adding another layer to this theory is the speculation that Reigns might not only recruit muscle but also a new, wise man to replace Paul Heyman, who has aligned himself with Rollins. The name that keeps surfacing in fan discussions is Rikishi, the father of Jimmy and Jey Uso and a legendary figure in WWE history. Rikishi's potential involvement has been a recurring fan theory since the Bloodline's peak, with earlier ideas suggesting he could have intervened to free his sons from Reigns' influence or served as a mentor to Solo Sikoa. Those scenarios never materialized, but the current landscape offers a fresh opportunity for Rikishi to step into the spotlight as Reigns' trusted advisor. The seeds for this idea were planted in 2024 when Rikishi posted an Instagram photo with Paul Heyman, captioning it with a reference to both of them as wise men of the Bloodline. This cryptic post sparked speculation that Rikishi was hinting at a future role, and fans are now imagining a scenario where he and Heyman find themselves on opposite sides of the ring, each guiding their respective factions. Rikishi's familial ties to the Usos and his deep connection to the Anoa'i family make him a natural fit for the role. Unlike Heyman, whose loyalty can sometimes be swayed by opportunity, Rikishi's allegiance to Reigns would be rooted in blood, offering a level of trust and reliability that could give Reigns an edge. The visual of Rikishi standing beside Reigns, flanked by the Usos, Zayn, and potentially Punk, is a powerful one. It would not only elevate the stakes of Reigns' feud with Rollins but also provide a nostalgic callback to the Bloodline's dominance while introducing a new dynamic with Rikishi as the guiding force. This setup could lead to a dramatic showdown, possibly at SummerSlam, where the original Bloodline faces off against Rollins' counterfeit version in a match that could redefine the WWE landscape. As for the timeline of Reigns' return, no concrete date has been confirmed, but rumors have pointed to June as a likely window ever since his departure in April. With SummerSlam on the horizon, it's almost certain that Reigns will play a significant role on the card, potentially setting up the long-awaited clash with Rollins. The buzz around Rollins potentially adding more members to his group only strengthens the case for Reigns to return with reinforcements. If Rollins' faction continues to grow, Reigns will have no choice but to match their numbers, making the idea of a reloaded Bloodline not just plausible but necessary. Shifting gears, Naomi has been making waves outside the ring with her recent social media activity, which has added a layer of intrigue to her ongoing storylines. In a playful yet edgy social media exclusive, Naomi celebrated Jade Cargill's birthday by presenting her with a personalized cake, complete with a sinister twist. Naomi revealed that the cake was laced with razor blades, advising Cargill to eat with caution, and even wrapping the box in caution tape. Cargill leaned into the storyline, responding online that she was aware of the cake's dangerous contents after Naomi left it at her doorstep. This darkly comedic exchange has fans buzzing about the dynamic between the two women, blending humor with a touch of menace that fits perfectly into the over-the-top world of WWE. This isn't the first time Naomi has pushed boundaries in her social media storytelling. Just days prior, she was involved in another crime within the WWE universe, breaking into Bianca Belair's home as part of a storyline. Now, with the razor blade cake incident, Naomi is doubling down on her mischievous persona, operating in a world where actions like these carry no real-world consequences but add fuel to her rivalries. The cake storyline with Cargill feels like a setup for a future in-ring confrontation, with the two women potentially clashing over their shared history and competitive egos. Naomi's social media antics didn't stop there. She also called out Bianca Belair for wearing an outfit on the May 30th episode of SmackDown that the two had purchased together, intending to wear it as a matching set before their falling out. In an Instagram story, Naomi expressed her frustration, demanding that Belair wear the outfit again so they could honor their original plan. This personal touch adds depth to their rivalry, transforming it from a purely professional competition into something more emotional and relatable. The idea of two friends turned rivals fighting over shared history resonates with fans, and Naomi's willingness to air her grievances publicly keeps her at the forefront of the women's division. These developments, Roman Reigns' potential return with a reloaded Bloodline and Naomi's social media storytelling, highlight the creative energy pulsing through WWE right now. The fan theory about Reigns assembling a team to counter Seth Rollins' faction is a masterclass in speculative storytelling, drawing on the rich history of the Bloodline and the star power of figures like Rikishi and CM Punk. Meanwhile, Naomi's antics are a reminder of how wrestlers can use social media to extend their narratives, creating mini storylines that keep fans engaged between episodes of Raw and SmackDown. The prospect of Reigns returning with a new wise man in Rikishi and a reunited Bloodline sets the stage for a blockbuster feud that could dominate WWE programming for months. Similarly, Naomi's ability to blend humor, menace, and personal drama in her interactions with Cargill and Belair proves she's a force to be reckoned with, both in and out of the ring. As we await Reigns' return and the next chapter in Naomi's story, the WWE Universe is brimming with possibilities, each more exciting than the last. Whether it's a faction war at SummerSlam or a heated confrontation between Naomi and her rivals, the road ahead promises to be unforgettable.